This year for Halloween, I didn't do anything particularly spooky. For a while, I've wanted to do this comic book makeup or Liechtenstein pop art type makeup, so I decided to go for it as I don't have really a lot of other opportunities to dress up like this. I started on my face that had already been made up for the day, so if you have kind of a last minute party, this would be a really good one because it's basically just makeup. You can wear whatever you want, but I will share my outfit at the end of the video. I'm going to use this L'Oreal Super Liner for my eyebrows. I decided to use a liquid liner because I thought it would stay on a little bit better. And because I was doing my eyebrows super black, I didn't want to smudge them or make them, messy throughout the evening. And it's very, very difficult not to touch your face. And it's pretty much face paint, this particular look. So I wanted to make it as smudge proof as possible. For my actual liquid liner, I use this from 17. I much prefer a brush when I'm applying a liquid liner to my eyes, which you usually do. But for the rest of it, I decided that the felt tip liners would be a little bit better. And like I say, smudge proof. I actually found that I was able to use the liquid liners from L'Oreal that I can't use on my eyes, that I don't particularly like. A good particular example of this was this Super Liner Blockbuster. I cannot make that, or Blackbuster I think it's called, cannot make that work whatsoever when I'm trying to use it as an eyeliner. But for this particular project, I can't think of anything better. It was basically a felt tip. So at this point, I know I've been talking a lot. At this point, I'm basically drawing in the comic book lines. So I'm just going to be drawing around the kind of shape of my nose and putting in those frown lines, making it look a little bit comic book-esque. I actually watched a tutorial from Sonia Castaneda, which I will link below, before I did this. I'd seen a lot of pictures, but I wasn't sure how I was going to do it, and especially with the dots, which I'll show you in a moment. She had a really great idea of using the NYX MYX milk pencil, the jumbo chunky pencils. So I used that idea from her, and like I say, her tutorial is really great, so you can go and check that out in the down bar below. I will admit, I have made a lot of mistakes here. You will need some kind of wipes or just something because it's very, very difficult to get this right the first time. And again, this is something that I would suggest don't even bother doing your makeup again if you've already got makeup on, because you're probably going to end up wiping it off anyway. I was using a red lipstick from Miners. I do kind of wish that I hadn't used a wet lipstick because, as you'll see in a moment, this little white area that I'm adding in here to make it look like it's shiny disappeared pretty quickly. That was really frustrating. So I would recommend you use a matte lipstick, and then when you put your white section in, it's not going to disappear quite so quickly if you accidentally smudge your lips like I did. The MYX Jumbo Pencil is what I'll be using to add in the dots that give it that comic book effect. And I actually used the MYX Jumbo Pencil for the little white line on my lips as well, which I did draw it in again later. Another thing that I added after this video was I put a black line around my lips. I didn't like the idea at first, so I didn't do it initially, but I decided that it looked pretty cool. So in the pictures you see on my blog, I will have that there, and the white mark on my lip will be more prominent. So that's the look. It's very, very simple. It's just makeup. What I wore was, everything was from Primark. I went the day before the party and decided to find something to wear. It looks a little bit Where's Wally-ish, but I thought it was, bright colours. The cardigan, everything's from Primark, like I say. I think most things were in the sale, and these tights were just too good to pass up. The pink shoes don't really go, but they were so cartoony. Clashing or not, I decided to go for them. So I hope that was useful for any of you thinking of doing this makeup look, and if you want any more information, check out my blog linked in the info bar below.